When your money's out there making money for you and it's paying you a return, it opens up a lot to you. Travel, time with children, time with grandchildren, time on the golf course. What you're really trying to get to is an environment where your money is making you money, probably while you're still making money. Okay, well, look, my mission is to actually help people do what I could not have done myself originally. So we spent a long time working. I was a complete workaholic. The first 3 years of our own business, we never had a day off. And ultimately, I kind of worked myself into a corner. And when we started making money and trying to figure out what to do with it, which nobody was teaching us how to do that, by the way, we really got into a situation where we were like, what else can we do to provide for a life that is outside of an office?
We sold our company back in May of 2023, and when we got our payout from that company, we're like, we have this set amount of money. Now we have to make sure that that money's making us money. We're like, oh, we look great on paper, we have a high net worth. But the last time I went to my refrigerator, I couldn't eat net worth. When we're lending out money to individuals that are fixing and flipping homes, they are actually providing the lifeblood for us to actually live on, and it'll be the same exact way for you.
At the Wealth Mission Group, my favorite thing to ask is, what is your wealth mission? We can ask kind of what your big dreams are if you won the lottery, but what is your wealth mission? Because that is truly obtainable.
We're going to provide you with consistent monthly cash flow, ACH'd every single month right into your bank account. We used to call that mailbox money, but nobody mails money anymore. You actually get it electronically transferred right into your bank account, so you can count on it like clockwork.
We are the bank instead of just being someone who owns the property and has to wait for it to sell in order to get our return. The bank always makes the money. So we take funds from investors, pool it together, and serve as a private lender to experienced real estate operators, including fix and flippers, small developers, and repurposers of commercial real estate. We don't buy the projects, we fund them.
We're able to bring not only something that is about passive income or appreciation, but something that can bring more money to your pockets monthly and more consistently. If you have a portfolio that is lacking in cash flow, this is the missing puzzle piece that is designed to deliver that consistent monthly income.
If time and money was not a concern, what would you be doing? And those are the things that people really want out of their life. It's just we all get bogged down with what we have to do and forget what we want to do. And really what we all want is a mission to give back, to provide, to leave a legacy. Those are things that we want to be known for. If you're looking to discover the best way for your wealth to be on a mission, let's have a conversation. When your money's out there making money for you and it's paying you a return, it opens up a lot to you. Travel, time with children, time with grandchildren, time on the golf course. What you're really trying to get to is an environment where your money is making you money, probably while you're still making money. Okay, well, look, my mission is to actually help people do what I could not have done myself originally. So we spent a long time working. I was a complete workaholic. The first 3 years of our own business, we never had a day off. And ultimately, I kind of worked myself into a corner. And when we started making money and trying to figure out what to do with it, which nobody was teaching us how to do that, by the way, we really got into a situation where we were like, what else can we do to provide for a life that is outside of an office?
We sold our company back in May of 2023. And when we got our payout from that company, we're like, we have this set amount of money. Now we have to make sure that that money's making us money. We're like, oh, we look great on paper. We have a high net worth. The last time I went to my refrigerator, I couldn't eat net worth. When we're lending out money to individuals that are fixing and flipping homes, they are actually providing the lifeblood for us to actually live on. And it'll be the same exact way for you.
At the Wealth Mission Group, my favorite thing to ask is, what is your wealth mission? We can ask kind of what your big dreams are if you won the lottery, but what is your wealth mission? Because that is truly obtainable.
We're going to provide you with consistent monthly cash flow, ACH'd every single month right into your bank account. We used to call that mailbox money, but nobody mails money anymore. You actually get it electronically transferred right into your bank account, so you can count on it like clockwork.
We are the bank instead of just being someone who owns the property and has to wait for it to sell in order to get our return. The bank always makes the money. So we take funds from investors, pool it together, and serve as a private lender to experienced real estate operators, including fix and flippers, small developers, and repurposers of commercial real estate. We don't buy the projects, we fund them.
We're able to bring not only something that is about passive income or appreciation, but something that can bring more money to your pockets monthly and more consistently. If you have a portfolio that is lacking in cash flow, this is the missing puzzle piece that is designed to deliver that consistent monthly income.
If time and money was not a concern, what would you be doing? And those are the things that people really want out of their life. It's just we all get bogged down with what we have to do and forget what we want to do. And really what we all want is a mission to give back, to provide, to leave a legacy. Those are things that we want to be known for. If you're looking to discover the best way for your wealth to be on a mission, let's have a conversation.
Hey, good evening, everybody, and thank you for tuning in Tuesday night, the 1st of July, for another webinar from the WMG Group. This one's we're titling From Burnout to Buy-In, Reducing Your Financial Stress to Build Freedom Without Adding More Shifts in Your Investment Portfolio. Here's our disclaimer. Our attorney asks us to provide this. We are going to talk about an investment tonight. This mostly is for education that we're here to provide you so you can learn more about what we're doing to create long-term wealth and consistent cash flow through investing in a lending product. Here's our team. Myself, Michael Guthrie, my wife, Samantha Guthrie, and our partner, Maria, who's in charge of investor relations. Between the three of us and the Winkles, who are not pictured here, we have placed over $93 million in the last 4 years. We have a little over $2.3 billion of assets under management. We are partial owners in over 13,205 apartment doors across 45 properties. We use Cashflow Portal for our reporting. Provision is our CPA service, and L. Smith Law out of Tucson is our attorneys of record for our SEC offering. The hidden costs of sometimes being a white coat or being a professional in any means. You often feel overworked and overlooked. Sometimes you get passed over for a promotion where you could make that extra money and be that guy to your family, to your friends, of the person who's always got it put together and you look like you got it all going on. But working with us, you don't have to retire. You just have to start investing. Just start replacing your daily pressure of working with passive income. Because if you could place a little bit of money and all of a sudden starts to make you $1,000 more a month, that's $1,000 less you have to work by placing hours with another entity, with another facility, another hospital, another office job. You name it, this can actually start replacing that income. That's what it's done for myself so far. So you have to diversify. Most people's 401ks only allow you to invest in Wall Street. We allow you to invest anywhere. You can take your IRAs, your self-directed 401ks, you name it. We are able to take those into our investments, and you can either play your game your way, or you can start playing it our way with cash flow investments to fund and your here and now, like your monthly mortgage, your monthly heating, electric bill. And you can continue to do other appreciated investments. We do the same. I own it, as you've seen on the previous slide, we own and have raised money in a ton of apartment assets. So we're playing the long game here also. This is me when I was a young medical professional. I don't know where they got these pictures. I'm just hoping nobody ever dig these up. I was probably 21, 22 at the time. But working hard doesn't always equal success. You could do an extra shift every week. You could do an extra this or an extra that. Does it actually create what you're looking to do? Is it actually paying for the life you're looking to pay? And I apologize. I'm going to stop here for just 1 second and say, again, thank you for showing up tonight. We're going to take about 20 more minutes, 25 minutes of your time to show you exactly what's been working for us. And I just wanted to give you a time barrier so then you know how long we're going to be here. I'm not here to take up your whole evening. Neither is Maria. We have families and lives outside of what we do, but we are here doing this in the evening at a time when most people are not at the office. So I just wanted you to know we're not here to take up your whole evening. So what is it? Investing with Wealth Mission Group look versus other vehicles? And how would $1.5 million perform across these separate vehicles? That's about what I have currently placed in this hard money lending fund. So with private money lending through WMG, at this amount of money, you'd make a 10% return or $12,500 a month. It's low risk. It's secured by real estate debt. We don't fix the properties. We don't flip the properties. We don't rely on tenants. And it's market dependent. It's based on our contractual terms. You could be ultra safe and put your money with a CD in a money market or a CD, certificate of deposit with the bank. Those are paying right now, we've checked, right around 4.5%. But those typically will follow the interest rates that the Federal Reserve sets. 5-year Treasury right now, actually today, it was trading at 3.8%. So if you had $1.5 million at 3.8%, it'd actually be less than the $5,000 a month. Stocks that pay dividends, those fluctuate based on the price of the stock and the amount of money that a company actually makes. And multifamily, which most of us here on our team love and raise money in, and that's where we're starting until people were asking us, they're looking for more cash flow. You can make a 16% return, but right now cash flow We're relying on the NOI to be at a certain level, and we're relying on the tenants to pay. We're relying on insurance rates to play nice. And with our variable rate mortgages, we're relying on the 5-year treasury to play nice with us also. And now my favorite partner, Maria.
Thank you, Mike. So backing off of what you just were talking about, we have 3 main buckets that our income comes from. We always want more than one stream of income. That's what we're all striving for. And for us, let's really talk about that. Your first one is your active income. It's your W-2. It's where you're getting your money. It's anything from your job, your sales, commission, what you work for, you get paid for. So your other buckets would be number 2, your passive cash flow. And that's where WMG is really focusing. It's the money that pays you monthly, even when you're not working. And that's where we like to really hone in on. That long-term wealth is where we got started with multifamily. And that's building that long-term wealth over time. And that's what you might not see anything right up front, but you're going to be putting more money into that wealth years down the road. So that's why we love bucket number 2, because that's cash flow that's coming into your account monthly. And that's what we were seeing. Kind of our investors were wanting more of that passive cash flow. And that's why we created this fund. So when we talk about who's getting paid back first, where your money is, the best answer is my favorite answer, and that's you guys. It's one of the top questions I get. How do I know my money is protected? Here's how. Our fund holds the first lien position. It means if a borrower ever defaults, the property gets sold and investors get paid back first. So I love being able to say that. I love being able to say that you're getting paid back monthly. It's wonderful. And it's so exciting to be able to share that with all of you. It's that protection. And it's always consistent coming back to your bank account. So with the asset-backed investments, we only lend on real estate that's backed by real tangible assets, like single-family homes, smaller multifamily, or smaller commercial. So with that being said, we want it to be very straightforward lending. It's up to 75% of property value, which gives us room if things do go into a different direction. So it's very simple. There's less risk than other forms of investing. And it's, again, with that consistent monthly cash flow. So that's what we're really trying to hone in here, that it's consistent in cash flow into your bank account. So this is a picture. I know Mike had his pictures that they dug up. So now I have to have one that's dug up from me when I was working in the hospital. It's built for anyone who feels really burnt out in whatever profession they're in. It doesn't have to be healthcare professionals, but because we are burnt out healthcare professionals, that's what we're coming from. So you shouldn't have to choose between caring for others and building wealth for your own family. It's something that I really want to just really explain, and how it made a big difference for me to be able to say I'm spending more time at home with my family and actually bringing in more monthly income. So it's trading that time of spending time away from family, but actually getting more monthly cash flow that I get to play. So there's no tenants that I have to manage. It's not another side hustle. It's not another thing that I have to add on every month or every week or extra hours that I'm doing. And it's replacing that stress with predictability and passive income. Like I said, we're not recreating the wheel. This is not something new. This is not a new way to look at finance. It's just how it works and how you get paid back first. We, as the investors, we put money into the cash flow fund. Then we are putting that money into properties that have been underwritten and vetted. And then we will deploy that capital with the first position lien. And then we will all get our cash flow monthly. So it's very easy. It's very straightforward. And it's, like I said, it's not recreating the wheel and it's not redefining finance or something completely different. It's just what we could have been doing a long time ago that we weren't actually taking advantage of. Now I'll pass it back to you, Mike. After you unmute.
Thank you for that, Maria. I always forget that part. I am not a professional speaker, although I play one on TV. I'm just kidding. So we have 3 tiers of investment on how you can make money. And there's also a QR code, as you'll notice in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. If you would like to book a call with myself or Maria or go straight to the investment portal, that's where you would do that. That's number 1. Number 2, there is a chat and there is a Q&A that we have available to you, and we will answer all questions at the very end. So feel free to either drop your question in the chat or drop your questions in the Q&A, and Maria and I will answer those at the very end of the webinar. I think we have about another 7 to 8 slides left to go, and we'll be at that point for you. So the best part about what we're doing is you get paid monthly. And we had the question earlier today, if I put the 50K in today and I get a bonus commission check next month, can I add another 10K to my investment? The answer is yes. We just have a minimum of 50 to get started as an accredited investor. And as you build your wealth with us, say you started at the 50K mark, and over the next year and a half, you got to the 250K mark, all that money moves to making 9%. Same as if you build it up to the 500K or plus, all the money would be making the 10%. The only thing we ask is that as we tier it up and as we move forward, it's a 12-month lockup period, and that will be annualized as we go. And it's your choose to roll over into another project with us, or you choose to withdraw your money. Your money starts earning interest the day it is deployed. That's the day the borrower actually starts owing us the interest. That's the day you actually start. And I'm saying it's typically 60 to 90 days out, but right now there is so much activity in the Phoenix area, the Arizona area. We're getting money out and on the street within 10 to 12 business days of actually receiving it. And so basically what we have become is a bank to a number of fix and flippers that are out there doing this exact thing. So just an earning matrix so you can understand it and see it in real writing is what that would mean to you if you were to come on board with us today. $50,000 at 8% would make you about $4,000 a year or $333 a month. And I'm going to jump down to the 500K because you can read. I don't need to read them all, but I'm going to read a couple of them. 500K at 10% would make you $50,000 a year, replace $4,166 a month to your income. 4,166 right now today would pay for a very nice car for you to drive, maybe even 2 cars for you to drive, maybe even 3, depending on the kind of cars you're driving. So this is real cash flow to your bank, and it replaces having to make these other kind of payments over here on the outside. Skin in the game. I personally have invested my own money. I've been doing this for a little over 2 years. That's how I've gotten up to $1.5 million in. I started, I wasn't sure how fast I wanted to go. So I started with a little bit of money, and I just started placing more and more money to where I'm now making this single amount of money of over $12,500 a month across 6 properties that I'm currently invested in personally. So we are actually right now, we're looking at about 3 more properties to close before the end of July. I think they're supposed to close around the 20th, and we're looking for about another $600,000 to get that done. So we actually have projects in queue that are in the process of getting their appraisals and the due diligence done on them so that we can actually get the money placed. So we do have room for properties that money will go out almost as fast as it comes in. So we hopeful that after the webinar tonight, we'll get some more participation. Why Arizona? We live here, we know the area, and that's why this is where we invest, and this is where you would like to invest. It's business and builder and landlord friendly. You can, if you had to foreclose on a property here in Arizona, you can foreclose on a property, get the keys back inside of 60 days. And if we had to do that, which we haven't had to do, knock on wood, We already have the contractors in place to finish the build out. So we go ahead and flip it and sell it ourselves. And we may even make more than the 25% cushion we've already placed in there. And people are moving to California. If you don't believe me, jump on your Google or your ChatGPT, ask where the most millionaires are currently moving. They are moving to Arizona. So there are more houses needed and and people are moving up the food chain as far as the prices go for houses. And the population is actually surging there. Excuse me. Rethink your save. I did not believe these statistics. The average American spends between 90 and 100,000 hours of their life working. And if they don't have a 401k, they have between $70,000 and $100,000 in savings. Pause. Let that sink in. That is huge. And the kicker is if they actually have a 401k, the average 401k value across the US is $232,000. Think about what you're making today. Think about how much you're spending today and what it actually costs to live your life post-retirement. And let's not even go with post-retirement. Let's think about a few other things. What if, like I had a friend, he just got a diagnosis, or another friend that had a corporate layoff, or another friend who just lost their job, period. You can't hustle your way to freedom. And that's not even the right way to say it. Robert Kiyosaki and a number of folks, Dave Ramsey may even say, you cannot save your way to financial freedom. You actually have to invest somewhere. That's why they have the 401k, so you can invest and start making money. If it was just about savings at your job, they say, for every dollar you save, we match $1. They don't do that. They want you to invest in something that is actually going to grow. So how do you fund your lifestyle? You fund it with cash flow. How do you build legacy? You build it with equity on your longer term asset plays. I love this. Nothing changes until you do. And think about that. You won't see the cost of your inaction today until you're 65 and looking to retire and you go, oh, I'm that guy with 70 to 100K of liquid cash. Or I actually have that 401k and I only have $232,000. So you won't see the cost of your inaction today, but the cost of it or the invoice will come later. And you'll be like, if when I was 30, if when I was 40, if when I was 50, if I had only started doing some bigger and better things with the actual cash that I have, where would my life be today? And how would I be able to enjoy the rest of my life with my grandkids, my family? Having gotten to here, let's talk about your future for a second. And I'm going to check the chat and the Q&A and see if there's some questions for me. I'd be happy to answer those.
And Mike, if you go to the next slide, I put in some of the top questions we've been getting. It's one slide over. It should be.
Sounds great. I will do that.
Perfect. So we can go through these, walk through these while people are putting in some of their questions in the chat, while you're collecting your ideas. But I really like the first one. How do we know exactly what asset you're deploying our funds to and when?
So we will actually have in our in-cashflow portal, we'll have a picture of the property you're in. We'll actually have our documentation there that we do with the borrower. We'll also call you or video text you and send you an email confirming the day your money leaves our possession and into that asset. So you know exactly when you start earning money on that asset. And so who's named on the deed of trust? Wealth Mission Group will be named as the first trustee deed, giving us direct control of that collateral in case that borrower decides to not pay. Is this a depreciation play? No, as a lender, we are not the owner. And so the fund only receives interest income. The depreciations do not apply to us, or depreciation benefits do not apply to us. And our investors will receive a 1099 with interest income. If you're looking for a depreciation play, let us know. We have friends that are doing multifamily where you can actually get a depreciation play if you need it. So that those are available. But this is strictly a cash flow replacement play for you, just like what the banks use, where you actually put money in. It can be treated like a CD almost, where you put your money in the bank and you get paid just like it's a CD, but you're actually lending the money. You're earning interest every time every time the borrower pays us their interest payment. Average size of investment that we loan on, anywhere from 30K to 3 million. Our biggest asset right now is about a $1.5 million asset. I literally just got a text from the guy. I'm analyzing this tonight. This guy's buying a $5 million multi-family and he's looking for a $1 million investment. So I get these deals all the time. This literally came in at 6:17 Park City time. That's where I'm at tonight. 6:17 Park City time. So those are the deals. They come on a regular basis. So why do we charge this 1% origination fee? So I'm going to explain to you how we actually loan the money. Wealth Mission Group loans the money out to the fix and flipper at 12.5% interest and with 1 point origination fee. People ask, why do we only ask for a 1% origination fee? We want return borrowers. We want them to do this fix and flip and then their next and their next, their next. We are looking to create a win situation where the borrower wins, our investor wins, and we win as a company because we continue to get the repeat business without having to chase it down. What happens if there's a foreclosure? I believe I spoke to that a little bit earlier. We would go in and take the property. We already have subcontractors in place to do the rehab and sale for us. People are soliciting us. If we need them to do that, I'm not even actively out looking for them. People are finding out us that we're being the lender, and you're like, if that guy fails, we'd like to step in, and we have people that want to help us do that also. So those are our frequently asked questions. If there's any more questions, please throw them in the chat. I'm happy to answer all of them.
So coming up this weekend is the 4th of July. So we are hoping that all of you have a happy and safe 4th of July for our nation's birthday. But I will leave you with, may you build the kind of financial freedom that lasts longer than a weekend. And that's something that's like really exciting when I think about it. I'm like, the 4th of July is just this weekend, but wouldn't it be cool if you had those monthly income cash flows coming to your bank every single month? So coming up next is the wealth ladder, trading up from earned income, and that is on July 15th. So do not miss it. And what were you going to say, Mike?
I was going to say it's Independence Day. So aren't we looking all to be financially independent and financially free? So why don't we kick off our Independence Day by starting to become financially independent and have financial freedom that lasts longer than a 4-day weekend? So the QR code is in the lower left corner. I'm going to hang out for about 3 or 4 more minutes. It's 6:25. I did keep my word. We are at the very last slide. I am not here to waste your time. I am here to bring you a little bit of education on what we're doing and what's actually working out there in the marketplace to create passive income on a regular basis.
Perfect.
So I'll give it about 60 more seconds. If we don't have any questions, I am going to wrap it up for everybody so we can all go and have an amazing weekend. If you want to call with myself or Maria and you want to learn more information, there's a QR code down here in the bottom left corner. Please scan that and set a call with us. We're happy to help you any way we can. Yes, happy 4th of July to you, Mackenzie Collins. We appreciate you showing up this evening. All righty. Anything else, Maria? Any parting words from you?
I think I'm good. I'm just hoping everyone can think about what it would be like if next year at this time you were getting consistent monthly cash flow and what that would do to you. So if you invest today, think of what that would do a year from now for you and for your bank account.
Thank you so much all for coming this evening and have an amazing 4th of July. Thank you.
Thank you.